Oh, heads up. Vertical dollar collapse all of a sudden. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to see what loves it. The S&P loves it, but I'm going to check out the sectors and yeah, we'll see what's going on here. How far we think this move can go, kind of targets. There's some pretty vertical aggressive targets all of a sudden. This is your spaceman, Brian Lewis with MMT Investing. And please smash the like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to help me out. Okay, dollar collapse. I'm looking at the S&P on like a 5-minute chart. The S&P started throwing a green candle, so I checked out the DXY, and the freaking dollar is falling off a cliff vertically right now. So I'm out of all my short positions as soon as we started getting this red candle. Maybe we're getting support here. More likely 91 support farther down here. And this is really cool because we get to see exactly which sectors are moving with the dollar and against it. I mean, I think the S&P is going right here, 4,000, bang, right on the back of this freaking channel again. We're poking into the bull channel, getting into a bullish spot, but we're back testing the rising wedge again inside the bull channel. So this is not too surprising, but now if we get up in the bull channel, here's the deal. Let me cover the S&P, then I'll look at the dollar, and then I'll show which sectors are like the dollar and which ones don't, because it's pretty important. Oh, and I want to check oil. That's like the one that I can't figure out. This candle is going to tell us everything right now. So this is a giant green crayon being painted on the S&P. No surprise. S&P moves opposite to the dollar like all the time, but I mean the S&P looks like we're going to 4,000, bang. Back test this thing, and then well, if we flag around up here, that's super bullish. That's like a higher floor. We're back in the channel, and that's over the next couple of weeks or something, or actually no, that's like 1 day's worth. We should know tomorrow if we're flagging, or if we get rejected back out, that is going to be way bearish. So the bull scenario here has very little upside. We're just looking for a sideways flag. And the bearish scenario is insane bearish, can drop to like 35 on the S&P. So if we do make it up here, I'm going to be shorting it because I don't think there's a whole lot of downside on the short position. Like, it's hard for it to keep going vertical that way. I mean, I don't think we're going to go vertical like to the top of the bull channel from here. We got to check in with the rising wedge again. We got to find support here. So we'll have a whole day to see all that stuff if it goes crazy bullish. If we can make it up there. It looks like we're in the channel. Looks like we want to go up to me right now. Again, so we're back in the bull channel, making it super drama as always. But here's what's doing it. This is what's doing it. As soon as I saw that candle on the S&P, I jumped over to the dollar and went, "Oh crap! I'm out! I'm out!" I do want to short this thing, but not while this is happening. I'm out. So okay, that's the DXY. Here's the Japan. Okay, the dollar versus the yen is one to look at because you can see some support areas and stuff like that. So out farther, like on an hour, I mean, we broke up out of this channel on the dollar versus the yen a while ago. Like, the dollar's been bulling crazy hard against the yen, but now we're kind of floating up in the middle of nowhere here. And this candle is just this little thing here on the yen chart, on the dollar versus the yen. On the DXY, we've kind of picked up support here. We've gotten up away from it, and now we have this gap here. So like closing that gap would bring us all the way down to support. We've already broken under all this junk. Maybe there's support right around where we are now. I don't know. It looks like we want to go down to support. But if we start, I don't know. This is a weird area to kind of get support and get back up here. Plus we have this gap, plus we have real support here. I think we're going down to support on the dollar. Like, it doesn't need to go vertical all the way down. Like, it might just kind of like swing into support or something overnight, maybe. Maybe I will, well, unless it makes it all the way down here in like an hour, I'm not going to short it because I think that's where we're going. Anyway, right. So here's a vertical red candle on the dollar, and now I'm going to look at some other stuff, and it may be surprising what likes it and what doesn't. Okay, oil first, because what is oil doing? Oil doesn't really care. It kind of likes it. Oil doesn't care, which is super weird, because a strong dollar usually smashes oil down. So yeah, so a weak dollar should be pulling it up a little bit. So it's like the strong dollar reversals that you get long term on oil. But so oil seems to like it a little bit, which makes sense because strong dollar usually knocks oil down. Okay, that one's relatively normal. Silver likes it. This is weird. I guess not too weird because silver has been sort of chasing the market. I mean, the up move on the market, silver likes the inflation. And yeah, so silver is moving up notably with that move. Gold is already bouncing and it likes it, still likes it. Okay, so that's kind of interesting to see gold and silver liking a weak dollar. That kind of makes sense. The dollar goes bad, you switch into other kind of currency assets. Silver liked it more than gold. Platinum likes it. Copper likes it. It's like the whole market and all the metals like it. Bitcoin likes it. So all the alternate currencies and all the normal market behavior. And then if we look at some sectors, like what do treasuries think? Treasuries don't like it. Or don't really care. Treasuries are just in their own little collapse over here. Well, nothing's going to stop them from collapsing. Okay. Let's see. Like, okay. Small caps. Love it. General mining sector likes it. So kind of all the market stuff is liking it. The Qs, what are the Qs doing? Like Qs are a little bit weak. Qs love it. Getting back near the previous highs on one candle. Qs love this move, and that means ARK probably loves it. Not quite as strong. ARK's weaker than the Qs, so can't quite make it back up there. So that was the extent of my short move. Just one day, and I have to try to look for another entry. Okay, well, so much for shorting ARK. That's a scary freaking candle. I'm out of there for sure before I started this video. Okay, yeah, so the general market likes it, and the weaker sectors like it more. Silver liked it a lot. Okay, so almost everything loves it, and oil doesn't even really care. And then what about like some meme stocks? Like GME didn't move at all. Doesn't care about that whatsoever. AMC doesn't care about that. Didn't change the chart at all. Rocket doesn't care. Rocket looks like it's coming into support here. This might be a good spot on Rocket. Although, I mean, 220 to 40. This looks like a big move, but it's only a 2x. So this stock is not quite as crazy as some of the other meme stocks. What about the tiny miners? Not much of a change. It was already kind of doing this. It didn't like ramp up with that candle or anything. And then like silver miners liked it. That's interesting. Okay, so that makes me think that the silver miners are going to chase the market up and maybe not way higher and not that strongly. Okay, and silver bowled with it too. So this is an interesting thing to see. silver just really loving like a weak dollar move, which if we go on a strong dollar kind of trend, that's gonna just put pressure on silver. Okay. Alright, so that's a cool look at some random stuff here. I think cost is coming into support maybe. Yeah, cost might be in a good area here. There's a couple things that are sort of flagging into a spot where they might pop. Like cost might pop soon. LODE maybe is already taken off. Yeah, this thing could, like overnight tonight, this thing could blow up. LODE looks pretty cool. ANC already kind of popped and it's flagging. GME is sort of consolidating. It looks like it might pop soon. GME might be coming into a support range or like a spot where it could pop. It might pull back down here over the next day or two, back down to the 194 before popping or something, like a couple days. Okay, so let's look at the memes. So the meme stocks don't care, the small miners don't care. Silver does care a lot, and the silver miners do care. So silver likes a weak dollar move quite a lot. That's a little bit surprising. Yeah, right, cost. So there's several of these meme stocks that seem to be flagging into support right now that I'm liking. And what, right, Bitcoin loved it. Okay, so Bitcoin likes a weak dollar. And let's look at it again. What are we doing? Are we finding a support level, or are we gonna just flag and keep going? Don't know. It doesn't look like a parabolic reversal because we just did an indecision flag here. That's on the hourly. Let's get in here. Just kind of wobbling. Maybe it wants to reverse out of here on this one. That could bottom there. There's kind of a thing over here that's similar. That could be the bottom of this candle there. I don't know. I don't know if that's a bottom. Maybe it is. I don't know. This is very dangerous. It's dangerous, and it's kind of dropping down above support. It looks like it wants to go to 91 to me. I don't trust the dollar at all right here. On the yen, goodness, it looks terrifying. That's a hell of a down candle. So, I mean, the yen's breaking under support and already through a coil under support, so I don't like that at all. That looks like it wants to come back down to this area on the yen chart. So I don't want this thing right now. I don't want this in either direction. This is a weird thing that I'm just going to have to watch, but it looks like we're rejecting off the bull channel on the S&P. So this is a complicated spot. I mean, we may just rip like out of here. That kind of candle into a bull channel rejection. Man, I want to short it. It's just freaking such a weird spot. It's gonna fall. This thing's gonna fall. Let me look at what's going on. That's gonna fall out of here. Ooh, what's it gonna do? It's so crazy. This is throwing tails on the longer. This is rejecting. This is rejecting. Okay, I don't think we're going back up here. I don't think so. I think this is a false stab and a rejection out of this channel. And this could be a candle, a double, like a parabolic reversal candle. That's what this is going to be. Okay, so that's that. Not investment advice. I got to go trade this thing. I won't be able to get this video out fast enough to be any good. But this is the strong dollar. What the hell? And almost everything likes a weak dollar move. So that's good to know, which means if the dollar goes strong again, opposite of all that stuff, like everything is going to come down. So that's that, and happy trading.